Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. Welcome to our Aston Villa versus Arsenal watch-along. Welcome to a massive day on That's Football. We've got the 12:30 Villa against Arsenal. We've got all the 3 o'clocks, Chelsea at Bournemouth, Sunderland at Man City, Frank against Brentford. And we've got Leeds against Liverpool at 5:30. Yeah, I'm going to need your help today. There's going to be a lot of talking, and hopefully there's going to be a lot to talk about here on That's Football. Share the video, smash a like on the video, and get involved. And we're sponsored by Air Up. You can get 10% off with the code Goldbridge. Get your hydration game going. Great Christmas present as well. Lots of nice flavours, and it's just water. It's just scented flavour. You drink it, and your nose tricks you into thinking it's cherry when it's just water. We'll talk about that, but you can get 10% off with the code Goldbridge. Links in the description for Air Up, and scan the QR code as well. What's on my lip? I mean, if I say what's on my lip, it's just going to get taken out of context. Basically, I've just had a mouthful of nuts. So it's probably a bit of nut on my lip. But people are going to go, oh, put that on TikTok. It's brilliant. It's so funny. It's not funny. It's immature, which is why it'll be funny on TikTok. It's Christmas. People have bowls of nuts. I just had a handful of nuts and a little bit's ended up on my lip. You know, it's Christmas. Yeah? But that, I'm reluctant to say what I've just said because people will just be immature about it. And that's, you know, welcome to the world. At least we can have a laugh. Right, team news. We're coming back to Air Up in a moment, but you can get 10% off with that. Let's have a quick look at the team news that's coming in. Big game today, as we know, and Aston Villa are very much in form, but we're going to start off with Arsenal because they're top of the league. As you can see, no Saliba, no Mascara, and no Gabriel. So it's Timber and Nkape with Calafiori and White, Raya in goal, Odegaard, Zubimendi, Rice, Saka, Moreno, Eze. No centre-back on the bench out of the players we've mentioned. Gyökeres is on the bench for Arsenal. Aston Villa should be on the screen. I don't know why you're on the screen. You're totally irrelevant. What's the point of having fixtures on when we're on the Saturday lunchtime game? So, yeah, we don't need you on there at the moment. You can get off. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Was that NSYNC? Why won't that do that? All right, this is not acceptable. How do I get this to work? Load, start. Oh, I'll just go naked for a minute. Right, let's get it back up because I want to pause the Villa team now. I'm out of my rhythm, bro. I'm out of my rhythm. World Cup live. World Cup live. What's going on? It's not World. Don't take me back there. God, don't take me back there. I am not going back. I am not going back to World Cup live. Right, this now will work there. Do not take me to World Cup live. I mean, we're never getting that 2 hours back. There we are. So the Aston Villa lineup is Martinez. He's back. He was injured midweek, but he's back. Cash, Konza, Torres, Maatsen, Kamara, Onana, Tielemans, McGinn, Rodgers, Watkins. That's a very good Premier League side. You know, that's a very organised, hard-working Premier League side. That side would wipe its bottom with Manchester United. There's so much hard work in there. Kamara, Onana, Tielemans, McGinn in the midfield, Rodgers, Watkins. The back four's good. The goalkeeper's good. It's no surprise to me that Aston Villa have sorted their season out after a bad start and are back up there. And even when you look at their bench, you know, Bendia, Digne, Malen, Sancho, you know, they've got some good options. So they're doing well, Aston Villa, at the moment. And look, maybe today is going to be the day where, today is going to be the day where they're going to bring it back to you, Arsenal. It could happen. It could happen. Danny, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for getting your badge in. Please do share the video. I am thinking about not doing the 3 o'clocks. I am very tired. I've said I'm doing the 3 o'clocks, but I'm thinking about not doing the 3 o'clocks. I'm just going to drop it out there. I'm just going to let you know early. I'm thinking about not doing the 3 o'clock one. Because it's like, I'm going to go through till 2:30. I'll probably have to do a match reaction to this. Then I'm going to be straight away 3 o'clock. Then there might be a match reaction to a 3 o'clock game. Then I've got to go straight into Liverpool. Then I've got to go straight into United Stand. I won't finish from 9 o'clock till 9 o'clock. So I want to do the 3 o'clocks, but I'm sort of thinking I might not do the 3 o'clocks. So I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I don't know. I think if we got like 3,000 likes on the video, that might help me. But I can't make any promises. Anyway, let me talk to you about Air Up very, very quickly, because they are sponsoring the show today, and it's an absolute game changer in the hydration game, which I think is, the secret to my success. People say, why do you look so young? Well, some people do. And I do have a very strong hydration game and always have. Probably from my late 20s, I just started drinking a lot of water, and Air Up certainly helps you with that. So we're getting to that time of year where everyone needs to start looking for presents, the big question. And let's be honest, most gifts are boring. Most gifts aren't even tangible. You can't even wrap them up. Well, you can do that with Air Up. You can get the box, you can get all the different flavors. You get your drinks container in a box. You get all your little capsules that you can pop on the top. You pop it on and you get drinking. So I've got my cherry flavor on the top there. I fill it with water. And through the power of scent, I'm getting a faint taste of cherry, which if you're not into water is a good thing. I mean, I don't mind the taste of water anyway, but it is enhanced by the taste of cherry. They've got lots of different flavors you can get as well. Blueberry, watermelon, strawberry mojito, they've got it all. But there's no alcohol, there's no sugar, there's no additives at all. It's just water and the power of scent. So pop your flavor on the top, away you go, and you can get this for a present. You can get it for somebody else. Brilliant hydration game improved, and you can have it accompanying you when you're watching the football. Brilliant stuff. But best of all, exclusive for you, use the code Goldbridge and you get 10% off as well. So 10% off your order, a gift that isn't socks, you're very welcome. And people will love this. They'll go, what is it? And you'll go, well, you're looking a bit fatigued. I think you need some more water. Try it out. And they'll be messaging you in January saying, what a brilliant present that is. So, and you can get 10% off with the code Goldbridge. Link in the description or scan the QR code. Thank you very much to Air Up. Maybe give Seti a chance. What was for breakfast is totally healthy. Breakfast for me was toast, 2 slices, and a smoothie, a raspberry smoothie with... What was in my smoothie this morning? Smoothie was raspberry, a bit of cocoa powder, a bit of turmeric, a bit of a spoonful of flaxseed, a bit of apple juice, and a bit of milk. It was very nice, very nice. Always drop a bit of turmeric in it. It's quite a good little anti-inflammatory thing, which I need with my back. Anyway, thanks for your super chats that are coming in. We've got nearly 4,000 watching. Share, share, share. Does he love me? I want to know. Share. Share the song, share the video, smash a like, and let's get going. And if we hit 3,000 likes, I'll do the 3 o'clock video. I mean, I can't, I did say that yesterday with the F1. So if we do 3,000 likes today, I'll do the 3 PMs. I think the share song made me feel a little bit less tired there. Nothing beats a chocolate and banana smoothie. Tell you what I really liked when I was in New York, Joe and the Juice. I mean, I know there's lots of people out there, but walking around the streets of New York and then seeing a Joe in the Juice, popping in and saying, I'll have a green superpower, please. And, it's apple juice, bananas, a bit of spinach in it. Just hits the spot. Lovely stuff. Let's do a little bit of a poll on the result today. Either or. Well, no, we'll call it result poll. Look, I've got to be honest, I haven't watched a lot of Villa since the opening few games of the season. I've sort of left them alone. And they've done very good since then. So people are going to say, you're our jinx. But I do like Villa. I'm in that weird position where I do live, the closest Premier League football ground to me, where I live, is Aston Villa. And obviously, I know a lot of Villa fans, and I know a lot of Birmingham City fans, and I don't get involved. I don't go in, but I go out with, normally we go out for drinks at Christmas, actually. One's a Blues fan and one's a Villa fan. We all get on, and I don't get involved in that. But they don't like each other. But I actually want to see Birmingham City in the Prem, and obviously Villa are there. So I don't get involved in any differentials there. And it would be good for the title race if they did win tonight, at this lunchtime. It would be good. Like it'd be good if Leeds beat Liverpool later, even though I don't like Leeds. So it'd be good if Sunderland got a result against Man City. So I'm not being anti-Arsenal. I just think in the context of an exciting Premier League, it would be good if Villa got a result today. However, I am going to go with an Arsenal win, as I did in my win, lose or draw. And so did Robbie, to be fair. However, I do think a Saturday lunchtime game Emery can't stand Arsenal. He's upset them before. You know, I remember, was it last season or the season before when they went to the Emirates and got a result and killed off their title race towards the end of the season. So there's every reason to think that Villa could get something out of this game today. Rub has a super chat. Thank you very much, Rub. A £6 super chat. You know, you've actually taken the time to actually edit that from a 5 to a 6. So well done. Listen to Top G after waking up instead of the missus. Weakness is seeping into your bones. I can't do so many watch-alongs. Pathetic. Well, if you hit 3,000 likes, I will do it. FR Saint says, why is Ben White starting? Because Timber's gone to right centre-back because Gabriel, Mascara and Saliba are all out injured. And I think in that context, you would be maybe a little bit concerned. We've also had a super chat from MT. Says, so this is Christmas and what have you done? Is everybody breaking the back of their Christmas presents or are you just not buying any? I'm doing all right on mine. I've had a good week this week. I mean, I tend to have a week where I'm like, oh God, I haven't done much. And then this week, I've done all right. But, I mean, I could do without it. I really could. Why are you so afraid to say you're hammering out? Says Litty. Why are you so upset? Mate, this happens every time there's a manager that people want to be sacked. Why does my opinion matter to you so much? Like, I've explained it. I mean, I'm sure most of that's football just want to watch Arsenal play Villa. Go and watch the United Stand videos, open your ears, and I've explained it about 10 times in the last 2 days. What you want is the United Stand to be hammering out, basically. You want that because it makes you feel more powerful. And I've explained to you, my ideal scenario is that the miracle happens and that he turns it around and we don't have to sack another manager and it's not a big shower of shit again. That's my ideal, but it's a fantasy. In reality, if he got sacked now, I'd say, well, he deserves it because his win ratio is crap, the football is crap, the players are crap, the vision is crap, he's got no one to blame but himself. However, the biggest problem at Man United is the players and the owners. So I can't bring myself to say hammer him out on pure stubbornness that I've seen so many managers sacked and they shouldn't have been. And the one thing that needs to change is the ownership. And changing the manager every year is not going to change Man United's plight. So I find it quite futile to scream and shout hammer him out. If he gets sacked, he deserves it. If he turns it into a miracle, he deserves it. But ultimately, I just don't think anything changes until we change the ownership. So I don't actually get emotionally engaged like some people do. Because who are you going to replace Amrin with? You're still going to have Bruno in the midfield. You're still going to have the same old shit owners. So I'm just not emotionally invested in it, to be honest. And that's a long answer, but I'm not emotionally invested in screaming Amrim out. I don't think it solves the major problem at Man United. I hope that hasn't gone over your head and explains it. Anyway, we're up and running here. Arsenal, Aston Villa at Villa Park. The start of a Super Saturday on That's Football in the Premier League. It's relentless games of football. We've got so many today. It's a Christmas cracker and tomorrow is crap. It's absolutely shit tomorrow. But we've got Bournemouth against Chelsea, Everton against Forest, Man City against Sunderland, Newcastle against Burnley and Spurs against Brentford. All 3 o'clock games. Then it's Leeds, Liverpool at 5:30. If I get 3,000 likes on the video, I'm going to do the 3 o'clocks, even though it's going to absolutely exhaust me, I think, today. But you're going to help me through it. Jamie says, it's a shame you didn't stay to watch the World Cup draw at YMCA. That's exactly why I stopped it, mate. I'd had enough and I was not waiting for YMCA. Rajaf says, it's unfortunate that we can't see Madueke cooking fullbacks and show that flair we all like to see. At least Odegaard is back, starting, expect killer passes, says Rajaf. Why is Madueke not involved? That's something I'd not noticed. Is he not even on the bench today? No, he's on the bench. That's fine. I know he's not starting, but yeah, he's on the bench. Have you watched any of the Ashes, Mark? Says Tom. No. Thank you very much, Ben, for your super chat as well. I haven't kept an eye on the Ashes. I imagine England will be doing absolutely crap. England in tatters again. They're crap. I tend to watch the Ashes when it's in the summer in England, but I very rarely watch it in Australia for two reasons. One, you have to get up very early in the morning, and two, we always get battered. I am doing the F1 tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be live for the start at 1 o'clock. Agony Bridge is here if you want him to be. That World Cup draw was pure cringe. Rio just isn't funny. Some people were saying that Rio rescued the draw. I mean, if that's a rescue, I was already drowned. I mean, I've seen clips of it. He can't act. I thought the whole thing was rubbish. Yeah, looking forward to the F1 tomorrow. So, Villa Arsenal. Low key, I think this might be the worst game of the three today. I think the 3 o'clocks are going to pop off because there's so many games. So it's going to be, oh, we've got a goal here, we've got a goal there, we've got a goal there. I think Leeds, Liverpool will be very open because Leeds have to go for it and they can't really defend that well. But I think this one might be more of a game of chess. And it's 12:30. I mean, how many games do you get good at 12:30? I think it's been statistically... Yeah, Data Dean. Yeah, well, you're actually right, Mark. I'll jump in there. It's been statistically analysed in the computer, the supercomputer. And statistically speaking and factually speaking as well, the 12:30 kickoff has a tendency to be low scoring and boring. Now, this is because players are not used to it. These are fine-tuned athletes. Think like a Formula One car that's not had new tyres on it and doesn't have a tank full of petrol. So the modern footballer is tuned to play games at 3 o'clock and later. They're not attuned to playing games at 12:30. So you tend to get some, really quite bored, drab games at 12:30 because simply footballers are just not awake for it. And that sounds pitiful when they're on massive amounts of money, but it's been proven over many years that 12:30 games can be somewhat slow and low scoring. It's a shame. Oh, we've done that one. Thank you. No, I think it has been statistically analysed that 12:30 games can be a little bit shit. Both teams played 65 hours ago. Shouldn't be allowed as well, says Blake. Well, yeah, that's a factor as well. Thank you, Blake. Interesting that Arteta's going with this passing out from the back, though, from Arsenal. I did say this to Robbie on Win, Lose or Draw yesterday. I think Arsenal will win because Villa have this mad... I mean, remember when we watched Villa play Liverpool a few weeks ago at Anfield and they're playing out from the back? They just cause themselves problems. Mez says, I watched 140 of your videos this year on YouTube recap. I don't know whether I've had my I've done my recaps on That's Footballing United Stand, but I don't know whether I've had it on my own channel because I don't even think I log into that one to watch anything. I only log into it to play FIFA. Let's have a look. No, still haven't got it. Maybe there's not enough data. What about United Stand Extra? I don't even run that account. So, have you got a YouTube wipe? No. No. 5:30 a.m. here in the US. Early start. As an American, the World Cup draw was pathetic and took too long. Not to mention stupid give Trump a peace medal when FIFA aren't even involved in politics, says Johnny. FIFA have fell off, haven't they? I mean, Infantino is a prat. Yeah, they're not meant to be about politics, are they? Very good point, Johnny. Hope you're doing well. Welcome wherever you're watching. Gareth says, why is TV so delayed compared to betting in play? Says Gareth. I don't know, is the honest answer. I suppose it makes sense that the betting companies need to be absolutely on it second by second because then it stops manipulation. One Shall Rise says, I watched 557 videos and I'm in the top 0.9% of viewers. What this game needs is an early goal. Another long throw. Look at that. Crap. It's not just United who do it. I will boo it. I will boo everybody doing it. It's so shit. Long throw FC. Score prediction, probably Arsenal 2-0. The Wall, yeah. Wow, got nearly 8,000 watching already. Make sure you share the video. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Raya looks shaky, says Isaac. This passing out from the back crap that Villa do as well. I mean, why would you do that and put yourself... There are things about the modern game that I just find absolutely insane. Like, why would you pass the ball religiously out from the back and put yourself under pressure 10 metres away from your own goal? I don't get it. And then they lose the ball. I just don't get it. Like, mix it up is what I'm saying. See, Martinez goes long there. Good idea. All right, you've lost the ball, but you're in Arsenal's half. Then you can press them. And you've just won a throw-in, you know? So Villa have got a throw-in in Aston Villa's half, in Arsenal's half, from going long. It cost Villa at Anfield. I don't mind playing out from the back. I do it a lot. But I mix it up as well. Trying to be unpredictable, you know? Why don't you like long throw-ins? Oh, they're rubbish. They've got a horrible trajectory. You can't get any curl on them. You can't get any power on them. They're just basically good shot by Odegaard, but straight at Martinez, edge of the box. They're just hit and hope, aren't they? You know, a corner can be. You can put a corner in. No one really knows where a corner is going to go. A throw in is going to go in at a certain height into a certain area, and it's about luck. And the way the throw comes in, you can't even get a good header on it. It's just about trying to win and flick and get deflections. Dice Man says, I'm looking forward to the World Cup and your watch-alongs. Thank you very much, pal. Thanks very much for your super chat. Oscar's tuned in from JP, which I think is Japan. Arsenal fan, ardent follower. Thank you, mate. Gers had way too much Guinness, full Irish this morning, and it hasn't gone down well. I feel a bit rough today. I mean, I only had a big, large Malbec at lunchtime. I think sometimes you're better off having 3 or 4, or none. No, full Irish is different to a full English, Bob. Nice ball. Watkins. Watkins. Still Watkins. He's got to score. Great save, Raya. Oh, great save, Raya. That was it. We need an early goal here. Watkins battling his way through there. But he couldn't find the finish. Could have done with that going in just to open up the play. Well, I mean, I'm encouraged now. See, Villa going long, winning the second ball. McGinn into Watkins. He does well from this point because he's got 2 defenders on him. He should have scored. He should have scored. It's great play by Raya, but he definitely should have scored. I think there might have been a foul in the build-up, actually, because Calafiori's gone down clutching his ankle. But strong by Watkins. He's getting his form back and just couldn't get it away from the goalkeeper, could he? Couldn't get it away. Nice save, though, says Colby. Even Gandhi is rooting for Villa today, says Rub. Nick P says, do you think this chuff monster in our attitude will filter into the workplace? I can imagine someone saying, I want my supervisor out, says Nick P. Look, I respect anybody that's saying hammer him out. I understand it. You know, you can't have any argument with him being sacked. The performances are terrible. The results are terrible. But I also think it's a little bit shallow because what does it actually mean? We're sacking the manager for who? Who do you think's coming in? And what improvements are you expecting? You're still using the same players that have sacked multiple managers and underperformed for this one. You've still got the same owners that really haven't backed him properly. Lovely ball into Rodgers and a bad pass, unfortunately. But the game's starting to open up a bit now. The lethargy of the first 5 minutes is disintegrating into a little bit of an energy now. We rarely see a classic cutback goal anymore, Mark, says Jack. We don't have many wingers going to the byline, do we? This is good play. But Arsenal will not be easy. And here's Saka with space to run into. He's done well. Gets it back from Zubamendi. Sorry, Moreno. Arsenal bit of possession. Grand Prairie Cobra, thank you very much. Welcome to the Members Club. Thanks for getting your badge in. The Monkey says, did Liverpool do Arsenal a favour by beating them? Takes away the pressure of having an unbeaten season. I think that's quite an intelligent take, you know, because if Arsenal hadn't... Saka with the cross going out for a goal kick. If Arsenal hadn't lost to Liverpool, they would be unbeaten and it's nearly Christmas. And because they had invincibles before, I think it would be something in their head. I actually think you're right. Their priority is not to be unbeaten. Their priority is to win the league, and that would be a distraction. So, good point. I don't think anybody wants to get beat, but good play here. If you take one player from Villa, who would it be, says Connor? Look, I think the goalkeeper and Watkins are a good shout because of their experience, but ultimately I think you'd have to go midfield with United at the moment. And who do you think's the best midfielder that would suit United? Kamara, McGinn, Onana, or Tielemans? It'd have to be one of them. Saka, good shot. Martinez saw it, but the Odegaard's got the palm out. Game's starting to open up nicely now. White with the cross. Ooh, Saka, sorry, header. We are doing. Am I doing the Man City game? It's up to you. If I get 3,000 likes, we're doing the 3 PMs basically. So smash a like on the video. We're nearly halfway there. Whoa! Living on a prayer. I'm actually liking this game now. I thought the first 5 minutes was really slow, but the last 10 minutes we've seen some good play. Lovely play by Eze, but Villa clear it. Now it's Calafiore. Needs a goal though. A goal for either team would just open it up a little bit more. I think we'll get one. I do. Saka's gone down hurt. He's up now. I am doing Liverpool game tonight, Jacob, no matter what. It's just the 3 PMs I'm not too sure about. So make sure you smash a like and share the video. Do you like Bon Jovi, says Brawl? I mean, I wouldn't be on a car journey and go, Alexa, play Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. And some of you might be about to listen to it now, considering I've just realised. But if it's on the radio, I might keep it on. Lovely ball here. Lots of space. Tielemans. We play Villa in 2 weeks. We're going to get defeated. You never know with United. I mean, you never know. I would never say United couldn't go to Villa and win. But they shouldn't do. Arsenal tactics cause defender injuries, thoughts, says Alex. I need more. Tell me more. What on what grounds? Apologies, that was an accidental setting off Alexa. I didn't mean to do it. I know it sometimes happens and I have took the piss in the past. Like, if I wanted to do it, here's a little gift for you. Alexa, play Merry Christmas Everybody by Slade. Everyone's house is going, Do 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 do. Are you hanging up your stocking on your wall? You've got to use that at the Christmas table this year if you have a Christmas dinner with anybody. Say, did you know that Slade Merry Christmas is one of the only songs in the world where you can sing the same line throughout the whole song even when the tune changes? There you go. Couldn't you skip the Liverpool game and watch the 3 PMs? Would be a lot more entertaining, says Ben. I think we'll hit 3,000 likes. Let's see. Cratch says, I don't have Alexa, so the joke's is on you. Walder says, Mosquera landed badly from a jump and Gabriel was on international duty, so how can it be tactics? That's what I mean. I wanted more from Alex. Villa have had more possession here. Villa back in the title race, says Moz. Well, the league table is like this. It's going to be an interesting day today. The league table's like this. If Villa were to win, they would go to 30 and Arsenal would lose a point because as it stands a draw. So 33. So there'll be 3 points off the top, Villa. I mean, look, I think Villa fans are very happy with what they're doing at the moment, considering the start to the season was so bad. It just shows you what a good manager Emery is. That's a lovely ball into Watkins. He's a little bit wide. And the ball went out, which is a bit sloppy from him there. How's the game, Mark? Says Was. As I said, first 5 minutes a bit slow. Last 10 minutes we've got a little bit going. I mean, Watkins is... Was he given offside there? Because he's not offside. He's just let the ball go out. Was the whole ball off? Learning the sport. How do these teams make the middle of the pitch seem so compact compared to United? Is it press or players? I mean, it will be a combination of the two, E2. I think United's midfield is... Well, it's a midfield two. The front three... Cunha, Mbeumo, Sesko, let's say, they don't really get involved in the midfield. So, and a lot of teams do play a two, but they have a third midfielder to help. Like if you look at Tillemans here, Kamara, they're playing a three, and there's a lot of movement. You can see it right now. There's a base of Kamara and Onana, but they've also got wide players in Rodgers and McGinn tucking wide and fullbacks. So United... There's a lot more space in the United midfield because our wide backs are wingers as well, and we've only got two midfielders. Thank you very much for your super chat, E28. I'm surprised he's still using Moreno up front. I personally think that, is that a fitness thing for Gyökeres? Because I think they're a better team with Gyökeres. Nearly 10,000 watching. Thanks everyone for tuning in. As always. We had 14,000 watching for the World Cup draw. Crazy. Crazy. Odegaard coming very deep here to get off the centre-backs. Calafiore into Eze, playing off the left today with the return of Odegaard. He won't mind that, he's used to it. Oh, he's fell over his own tackle there. Not tackle, dribble. Odegaard. Nice ball into Saka. Goal. That flag's gone up. Would have been a good goal, but I think it definitely was offside. I think I've finished, you know, just a little bit of home news as well. I think I've fixed my Sky satellite problem. You know, it kept cutting out a lot. Basically, in the kitchen, I got this little thing where you can put your skybox behind the TV, so it looks nice and neat. But it was messing with the signal. I've took it off there, put it under the TV. It doesn't do it anymore. So that's your TV box connector thing behind. Portugal to win the World Cup, courtesy of Trump, FIFA and Saudi, says Neil. The World Cup will get interesting in the latter stages. I think the first few rounds, it's going to be a bit of a carnival, isn't it? Morgan Rogers not happy with Ben White here. Don't really know what happened. Much ado about nothing. Much ado nothing. Much ado. Just wanted to know if you ever come to Sydney, Australia. The King says, just wanted to let you know if you ever come to Sydney, Australia, you'll be neutralised. So that's a death threat, is it? Thank you very much, mate. Always nice to get one of those on a Saturday lunchtime. Report the twat. And you paid for it. Strange comment. He's probably, I mean, it's hard to think what he could be. He's probably a Delo fan, isn't he? He's probably got pictures of Delo in a big, massive box of Kleenex and have ruined his weekend. Oh, I'm fed up of people picking on Delo. I was looking forward to a big weekend and a big box of tissues. They've ruined it. Apparently, it's an Instagram reel. So, well, I'm not with the times, mate. So you know, I'm not with the times. Maybe hates glasses, says Mark. Anyway, let's move along. We are 900 likes away from being able to do the 3 o'clocks. So get involved, thank you. I think Arsenal. I mean, somebody just said there, who do you think is going to win the league? I do think Arsenal win the league. I think Man City, Sunderland at 3 o'clock is going to be very interesting. I'm sort of like, if I do, oh, here we go. Fabrizio Romano. Thanks. All right. That. I bought my mug. I bought these mugs. For the missus, Le Crusoe mugs, reduced in the John Lewis sale. Because our kitchen, as you'll see when we finally do Cooking with Goldbridge, you'll see the new kitchen, but it's quite a neutral colour. So I bought these mugs, and they've got like 8 different colours. Red, orange, purple, blue. They're nice. And she's given me the red one. There we go. Ah, you can't beat a good cup of tea. Good cup of tea when you feel hungover. I'm not claiming hungover. I only had 1 large glass of Malbec yesterday lunchtime. But I do feel it. I do feel a bit, ugh, maybe I've got a virus. Corner to Villa. Arsenal don't concede from corners, but they don't have their big set. A terrible corner. Terrible corner, that. Terrible corner. It's gone all the way back to Martinez. Have you, I can't remember what that comment was. I saw it from before. Somebody said, what's your Christmas TV schedule? I mean, I can post you a Christmas TV schedule to watch good TV, but, you know, I mean, like, I think you mean my football schedule. Portugal, we've done that one. I don't know that I don't know. I haven't really looked at the December fixtures beyond the next couple of weeks. So there's no Premier League game after the 22nd of December. Monday night football is Fulham against Forest, which I probably wouldn't do, if I'm being honest, on a Monday night. There's only one Sunday game on the 21st. There's no 2 o'clocks. It's one Sunday. I don't know what they're doing with Super Sunday at the moment. I don't know what they're doing. Tomorrow's Super Sunday is rubbish. And then on the 21st of December, the last Sunday before Christmas, there's one game. It's Villa United, so I will be watching it, but there's one game. You got Monday the 22nd, which is Fulham Forest. Then we've only got one game on Boxing Day, which is Man United Newcastle. Then Saturday is a full set of fixtures. Sunday the 28th, 2 games, both crap. Crystal Palace Spurs and Sunderland Leeds. Tuesday the 30th, nothing on the Monday. I don't think there's anything on New Year's Eve either. No, nothing on New Year's Eve. New Year's Day, there's Sunderland, Man City, Brentford, Spurs, Liverpool, Leeds, Crystal Palace, Fulham. So yeah, there's not that many Christmas sort of games on. Bit of a break for Villa here. Go on, play him in. Who's this down the wing? Rodgers. It's a good cross. Time, Matty Cash time. Oh, good block. Good block, Declan Rice. I think Matty Cash has hit that well. I think that was going in. It's a good block by Rice. He might be needing a bit of ice. It's hit him on the hip. Has it hit him on the hip or somewhere else? It's a good this is a good breakaway by Villa. Morgan Rodgers. It's a very good cross. Finds its way to Cash. Raya might have saved it. I think Raya might have saved that. It wasn't going where I thought it was, but another chance, another half chance. Villa have had the 2 best chances. Do you think Arsenal fans are unbearable, says Michael? We've all got, I mean, there's Man United fans that are unbearable. Some people think I'm unbearable. We've all got different opinions, that's the thing. And you either embrace that or you don't. I would rather have Arteta outers in a world of football giving, so that we've got all the comments, than everybody be the same. That's the way I look at it. How is that a foul on Raya? Emery's right. How is that a foul on Raya, right, when Arsenal do it every week to everybody else? I mean, how is that a foul on Raya when last week we saw the Villa keeper getting a push in the back on Wednesday? Nah. It's a bit weird, that. They make it up as they go along. WSP said, someone mentioned the yearly recap and I've watched 300 videos on United Stand. It says I'm in the top 3%. Well done. Wayne says he's pulling his shirt. I'm not saying it's not a foul, but what I'm saying is they don't normally get given, so why are we giving them now? I think that's what Emery's saying, really. It's the inconsistency, isn't it? We don't normally get fouls on keepers. Good tackle. Oh, mate, he got the bloody ball. Ref's shit. Ref's crap. I've made my mind up. He's rubbish. How is that a foul? He gets the bloody ball. It's a woke foul, says Pat. You could take the piss out of his hairline. You're still allowed to do that, aren't you? People do it out of mine. Standard of referee. It's always difficult, the first Premier League game I watch after the Bundesliga on a Friday night, because I watch the Bundesliga on a Friday night and the game flows. The half is really quick. You watch your first Premier League game and you're like, oh, God. 2-stop start. If you'd have let that go then, the crowd react to it. This is what they don't realise. Like, if they'd let that foul go, the crowd would get up, they'd be more entertained, Arsenal would react. You get a better game of football. Instead of stopping and starting it all the time. It actually benefits Arsenal letting that go. Man for man, at the back against long ball, teams always end with injuries. At the Emirates against Brentford, Mascara did 90 minutes worth of aerial wins, says Alex. Oh, okay, so what you're basically saying is, because Arsenal's centre-backs are defending lots of high balls, lots of jumping, it leads to more injuries. Mate, Premier League football now, more breaks than Ronnie O'Sullivan. Stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. What are the other games today? Well, I'll tell you what, that leads me to a lovely conclusion of going to my score app, which I'm going to need for the 3 o'clocks if we hit 3,000 likes anyway. Leicester are beating Derby 3-0. Watford are losing to Norwich 1-0. Charlton and Portsmouth's been interrupted. I don't know why. I'd say medical emergency, sadly. Stuttgart Bayern at 2:30. Everything's a foul with this ref, says Yun. Philip says, did you not see my first super chat? It's playing up a little bit, Philip, because that super chat's turned up in the live chat, but I've also got viewer activity, so I'd never miss one, and you've not turned up in there. So it's weird. Oh, it's frozen, that's why. Let me come in and out. Game needs a goal. It's not been bad, but you need a goal. Yeah, it had frozen, sorry. Grand Prix Prairie Cobra, thanks for your super chat. Thank you to Alex. Evan says, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Merry Christmas to you and your family too, mate. Watkins is in down the left-hand side. Needs some support. Yeah, he normally does shoot from there and it's been blocked. Here it is, Philip. Clevson says, you look cute today. Apologies. It froze after Neil's Portugal to win the World Cup courtesy. So a few super chats to catch up on here. David says it was awkward between everyone on the World Cup draw stage. That failed attempt at banter between Rio and Yaya Toure just was utter fail. There was also a bit where the Marvel presenter was basically asking Rio whether he'd ever scored against Casillas, and a lot of people thought it was like Rio putting him in his place. It definitely wasn't. It was meant to be funny. It was just bad and awkward, like the whole thing. Philip says, hope you're well, all set for Christmas. What are you hoping to get for Christmas? Do you think Wales will qualify for the World Cup? I think it's going to be difficult for Wales to qualify. Arsenal on the attack here, though. I think it's going to be difficult for Wales to qualify because you're in with Italy and Northern Ireland and Bosnia. But look, Calafiore, that's a foul. What do I want for Christmas? Just the people I care about to have a good Christmas, really. I used to love writing out lists, even when I was in my 20s, about DVDs and games I wanted. I used to get Call of Duty every year and play that. I ain't bothered now. I'm not bothered. I'm at that age now where I just think, if you get a year where everything you care about comes through it, that's a positive. And I know that's a bit basic, but that's sort of how I think. And I hope all of you have had a good year as well and have a good Christmas, Although last year I did want the Lego Jaws boat. But I haven't really seen anything this year that I go, ooh, I really want that. So Rodgers up against White. Tillemans. He should have hit that. Matty Cash. I sort of feel like, is this one of those games where Arteta might be going, a point across a 38-game season isn't a bad result? Back post, Cash! Goal! Goal, Villa! Goal, Villa! Get in! We've got a goal. We want a goal. We wanted a goal in this game to open it up. Matty Cash on that back post. He has been a threat. He had a shot a few minutes ago that Declan Rice blocked. And they've let him in a goal. Cash back. 1-0. 1-0 to I'm just looking at the referee here. It's sad you have to do that, isn't it? It's sad you have to look to see if there's going to be an offside or a VAR. But this is good for the game. Doesn't mean that Arsenal are going to lose, but it's good for the game because it's just been a little bit flat from Arsenal so far. Villa have had a couple of chances. They're good for the lead. And it's a lovely cross in. He will be onside. Took it well. Raya, I mean, from that angle, it's a difficult finish, you know. Lovely technique. Through the keeper's legs. 1-0. Good. Good. We've got a goal here. 10 minutes before half time. 1-0 to Villa. Jason says you could get the Lego Formula 1, Mark. Is that new? I do like building Lego. It's quite therapeutic. Totally Alfie says Villa deserved that. Arsenal have been sloppy at the back. They do look a bit lethargic, Arsenal, here. I mean, imagine if Villa were to win this. Would set the day up and the league up. Very good. I mean, if it's done it quick enough, which I'm sure it will, look at the league table as it stands. Aston Villa would be 3 points behind Villa. How does that happen when Villa had such a bad start to the season and Arsenal feel like they've been good all season? I don't understand that. That blows my mind because Villa had a terrible start to the season and Arsenal feel like they've been good all season and they could be 3 points off. Thank you, Jason Marsh. He says, get that Lego Formula 1. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think will be in the World Cup final, says Ben? I don't know because I don't know the pathways to the final, but could we have a Brazil... Spain final? Willie says, yeah, did you read my super chat yet? No, because I'm still working through them. Commentary getting turned off. Can't deal with any more Martin Keown. Oh, have you got Martin Keown on BT? Oh, God, he's so miserable. Thank you, Tom. Think Arteta likes the unpredictability Moreno gives them up front. He pops up anywhere to outnumber opponents and has good aerial ability. It's a weird one. Well, Villa on the attack again here with McGinn. Bad pass. The most American name ever and playing for Poland. Cash is king. His name is Cash. Matty Cash, says Havard Egg. Looks like a beautiful day in Birmingham, says Nath Soccer. Willie said, big fan. Would love to meet you in person one day and possibly oil you up. Okay. I don't know what to say sometimes. We're trying to watch football here. You know, we've got Bundesliga TV rights. We're watching football, doing football watch-alongs, and still we get infiltrated by weirdos. We'll just leave that there. Corner to Aston Villa. It's meant to be a family show as well. Scott says my girlfriend thinks she's cute. You're cute. I thought he said your girlfriend thinks she's cute. I was going to say get rid of her. Very arrogant. No, she thinks I'm cute. She's only human. Villa Rimotonda for the title. Up the Villa, says Mozza. Well, look, I like this. Arsenal tend to react to every challenge they're given, but they're not playing well here. Villa have definitely been the better side, and Arsenal look a little bit blunt at the moment. Obviously, they are missing 3 centre-backs. That context is key. Tony says this is on you, Mark. I'm not. My predictions for Arsenal are not jinxing Arsenal. I'm not having that. I'm already banned from predicting United games on United Stand. If you ban me from predicting on here, that's the end of win, lose or draw with me and Robbie. It's the whole concept of the show. Paul says, what's the air up code? Goldbridge, 10% off. Check it out. What's this stupid rule where Spain can only play Argentina in the final, says Mini Main Channel. Oh, it's seeding they've brought in for the World Cup. I'm dead against it, really. They're basically trying to pass it off as Wimbledon. In tennis it happens where the top 4 seeds are kept apart until the semi-final. So they're trying to do it in football, but I don't like that. I don't like that. I think it's, I don't mind seeing Argentina play France in a quarter-final. It's elitism, isn't it? Got any views on Piers Morgan platforming Nick? I don't even know who that is. I'd have to Google it, mate. I mean, come on, you Gunners, says Epic Ninja. I feel like I'm out of the loop on this. I mean, you're bringing politics in, mate. I don't do politics for a start. So Piers Morgan having whoever on their show is up to Piers Morgan. It's nothing to do with me, and I don't get involved in politics. So that's going to be my answer, really. I'm not going to waste time Googling a load of stuff. Obviously, it's not part of my life. That's why I don't know who it is. Right, here's Saka down the right-hand side. I'd get Gyökeres on at half-time. I think Arsenal have been completely toothless. I don't like Moreno up front. It reminds me of Havertz last season. You know, many of us have said about Arteta, well, you can't judge him till he gets a striker. He gets a striker and sticks him on the bloody bench so he can play a false nine again. I mean, get a bloody striker on the pitch. We are doing the F1 tomorrow. Rice. Rubbish shot, Rice. Are we doing the F1 tomorrow? Yes. And we'll be doing the 3 PMs as well if we hit 3,000 likes. And we're on 2,700. So it is a nice day in Birmingham. I mean, considering that's about... Look, if I moved fast, I could be at Villa Park in 20 minutes. Not running, in a car. Last time I checked, it's been raining for a week, so I don't know where this sun's come from, but there you go. Are you rooting for any specific racer tomorrow? Mate, I don't dislike Verstappen, but he absolutely robbed Hamilton a few years ago. So I'm Team Lando, because he didn't deserve that title, so I don't want him to win in this one. It's cup of tea, not coffee, Kian. I do have a coffee every now and again, but I prefer a coffee from a shop. I don't really like homemade coffee. Oh, Tillemans, I like it. I do like it. That's a lovely ball into the wing for Watkins as well. We're nearly into the 45th minute. Watkins cuts it back, but Odegaard's going to clear that. I think we're in for a good second half. Any chance you could do an Ireland, Czech Republic watch-along, says Ian. Well, it's not till March, mate, and I wouldn't rule it out. Kazim says, awful by England letting Cash go on a Bosman to Poland. To be fair, mate, at that time, you've got Reece James, you've got Trent, you know, Kyle Walker. I think that was nothing wrong with that. Do you like iced tea, says Louis. I do like iced tea. I don't drink it very often, but used to always get a good iced tea in Mallorca. Would you... Brawl Lover says, would you move to Singapore for a year if it meant Man City got relegated to League One? I've already seen Man City in League One. I didn't need to go to Singapore for it. And to be honest, I quite like having a Manchester derby twice a year. So I'm one of those people that wouldn't like to see Liverpool get relegated. It would be funny for a lovely run. Rodgers, what a run. Rodgers, oh, great play, but ends up going for a goal kick. It would be funny for a little bit, but then I'd miss us not playing at Anfield and them coming to us. So, you know, the whole point of rivalry is that you want to play your rivals, don't you? So I wouldn't want to see Liverpool relegated or Man City relegated because I want to play them every year. Half-time! Half-time thoughts, let me know. Rarely in the lives, says Mr. Dingle, but thanks for your super chat. He says, I've watched 1,112 videos on the United stand. I'm in the top 0.1% and proud. That's football number 2. You are the GOAT, Mark. Merry Christmas to you and the chat. Thank you, Mr. Dingle. Thank you for being... I mean, that's an incredible amount of support on the United stand and on here. So thank you, everybody. Just as a bit of a shout out, if you don't know what people are on about, over this week, YouTube have done a brilliant thing. They've sort of implemented their own Spotify rap. So if you go onto the YouTube app, let me just remind myself how you do this. Go onto the YouTube app, go to the bottom right-hand corner where it says you. Oh, I've got a rap. Oh, I've got a YouTube rap on the United Stand Extra because I'm an admin, but I don't post there. So I'm about to reveal what my employees do. I tell you what, if it's like TalkSport or Overlap number 1, they're fired. This is not mine. I'm in the account, but I don't post on it. So this is going to be really interesting. Oh, it could be a sacking here. Football news, top interest, exploring AI, watching wrestling events, home improvement projects, VR gaming and boxing tips. 205 channels this year. Top channels, United Stand, That's Football, Football Terrorist, Overlap. They're on thin ice. One channel stood out, United Stand, top 10% of viewers. So you can do this if you've got the YouTube app. Match reactions, That's Football, United Stand. There we go. Right, it wasn't as sensational as it could have been, in fairness. But you can check that out. Half time, it's 1-0 to Aston Villa. Thoroughly deserved. Let's have a look at the stats because sometimes stats can be misleading, sorry. But I don't think that is. I think, well, I think it is actually. I do actually. I think this is a prime example of, you know, Data Dean being a knobhead because shots on target for Arsenal 4. What big chances have Arsenal have? I don't remember them. I feel like Villa have been the better side and they've only had 2 shots on target to Arsenal's 4. They've had 3 corners. Arsenal have had none. I think that's more representative of the game. 42% possession against 58% possession. Yeah, it feels like Arsenal are in the game more, but not on the eye test. I feel like Arsenal are blunt and toothless. I don't think the Moreno thing works. I know he has been scoring goals, and I know he's a favourite of the fan base. But to me, from an outside in, I'd be saying to Arsenal fans, this reminds me of Arsenal last season. You know, you're going back to Havertz again, aren't you? You're going back to having a false 9 and being easy to defend against. You know, Gyökeres might not necessarily score you 30 goals, but he plays on the last man. He occupies the centre-backs. He pushes them back. He creates you more space for Saka and Eze and Odegaard. You're a better team when you play a striker. Get your striker on. That's just from me outside looking in. I think, you know, let the media take a pop at Gyökeres for not scoring, but the rest of the team benefits from it. So I would get Gyökeres on very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Did you see what happened at Charlton Portsmouth, says Vade. I don't know. All I saw that was an interruption. So if anybody knows, let me know. Brock says UTV, up the Villa. Plenth says, I've just tuned in. How have Arsenal conceded? Because they're the better side. Villa are the better side. They've had the better chances. Matty Cash had a shot blocked by Rice. Raya made a good save from Watkins. And he scored. I mean, I don't know how they... Villa have had 3 shots on target, not 2. Cash's shot was going on target, but it was blocked. Is that not counted as a shot on target then? I don't know how they do it.
Well, Mark, this is my chance to come in. It is not classed as a shot on target if it doesn't actually register in the goal area. So, Data Dean here. So, yes, Matty Cash did have a shot that would have gone on target, but Declan Rice blocked that shot a good 6 metres before the goal, so it's not classed as a shot on target. Well, that's stupid, isn't it? I think West Ham are getting relegated. Would be crazy, says Danny. Harrion says, I'm in the top 0.3% United Stand viewer. Should I get a life? No. Go for 0.1. Look, you've got targets next year. Get yourself in the top 0.1. Go to bed and leave your phone running on United Stand videos. You'll be in the top 0.1%. Toby says, thoughts on Bruno being added to the Man United legends? He's not a legend. They're idiots. That's the standards of the football club, though. They can't create legends anymore, so they put people who aren't legends in. I mean, give it a couple of years, they'll probably put Harry Maguire in there. You know, they're not legends. I'm sorry, they're not legends. It's just not. He's not a legend. He's not a legend. Simple. What game are you doing at the 3 PMs? Well, I am doing the 3 PMs now because we've hit 3,000 likes. So we'll keep abreast of everything. But I was thinking Bournemouth-Chelsea will be a good game. But then I'm thinking Man City-Sunderland as well. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for all your super chats as always. Appreciate you. I agree with this though. Kettleon says, as a young fan, Bruno is the closest thing I've had to a legend. I agree with that. I think if you're young, Bruno is probably the only thing close to a legend that you've experienced. But this is where age comes into it, because the difference between I'm trying to think of a low-level legend, which is a bit disrespectful, but let's say, well, let me just come up with a legend. Like, the difference between a David Beckham and a Bruno Fernandes is ridiculous. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Bruno Fernandes would be on the bench for a decent Man United side. So, you know, is Teddy Sheringham a Man United legend? Do Chelsea mark or multi-view, says Max. Yeah, it's not on Sky, so you can't do multi-view. Let's leave it there. Jesper says, love the show, keep up the good work. Oh, I had a nice comment here. Glenn says, you're becoming a very good broadcaster, son. Well, thank you very much, Glenn. I'm actually working on something at the moment. Like, you know, we've had a good year. And I do mention this stuff because it's only because of you. Yeah, looking at these chances for Arsenal, they're all long shots, aren't they? They're not big chances. I mean, this is the best chance. I think it comes to... I mean, these are not good chances. I think Eze gets a header on the back post. That's their best chance. Everything else are just shots from the edge of the box. Yeah, I mean, look, the Bundesliga on That's Football is just incredible. I know not everyone can watch it because it's UK and Ireland, but that's an incredible achievement, and it's because of all you lot. I'm working on a couple of things at the moment, and it's a struggle because it's decisions, big decisions about the future of what we're going to do. And I was in the shower today and I was thinking about it. I was like, I really would love to do an either or on, do we go that way or do we go that way? Because ultimately, it's you that has to be pleased by the decisions we make. And I can't do it. I can't do an either or on should we do this or that. So it's a massive decision. And it might not happen, but if it does happen, you'll know. Well, it won't be till next year. And it's trying to understand, like, without saying anything, what it is. And I can't say anything for, you'll understand why, but it's like, do you go down that route? Do you go down that route? And the same thing happened with the Bundesliga. Like, you know, it was like, it was offered up to us. And I was like, yeah, 100%. You know, this is definitely the right thing to do. Who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl, says James? Oh, I'd love the Bills to win it, but I think, is it the Patriots or the Broncos look good at the moment? Is Ji-Sung Park a legend, says Ian. I'd say he's a great for me. Yeah, it depends how many people you want to be a legend. Do you want like 50, 60 legends of your club, or do you want 10 to 20? If you've got 10 to 20, you've got people like George Best, Dennis Law, Sir Bobby Charlton, people like, you know, from the Busby Babes, Duncan Edwards. You've got Brian Robson, obviously Eric Cantona. But if you want to go bigger, you start using people like Gary Pallister, Steve Bruce, Ji-Sung Park, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, it depends how many you want. But I wouldn't have Bruno as a legend. I think they've added Marcus Rashford as a legend on the website as well. Which, again, I think that's strange. But United need to sell shirts. They need to make today popular. And I understand why they do it, because they can't just say we've run the club badly for 15 years and we've got no legends, the club's on its arse. They can't do that. They need to get people in. We need to see Gyökeres in the second half here. Loads of Christmas adverts. I tell you what, I like doing watch-alongs because I never watch adverts anymore. And when the adverts come on and I see all the Christmas stuff, actually, I do need these adverts because it gives me ideas. Let us know what you want for Christmas, by the way. I'm not buying you anything. Just let us know what you want. Is it World Cup game watch-alongs? Is World Cup game watch-alongs on the cards, says Stephen. Yeah. I just don't think we'll do all of them. I think all the fixtures come out tonight, don't they? Do you still stand by your match prediction, says James? Oh, yeah. So I went with an Arsenal win. I'm going to own that. Arsenal have been very toothless. And Villa have been very good. So I think at the moment, Arsenal are going to have to really move it to get a win. I think a draw, maybe. Oh, I like that advert. Traditional 90s advert. What's this for? Oh, it's just growing up, isn't it? It's people growing up. Mickey's Christmas Carol. I love Mickey's Christmas Carol. It'll be Disney, won't it? Yeah, Disney. One of the things Arsenal need to do is get Gyökeres on in the second half. I think if they get him on in the second half, they've got a chance. But it's going to be very, very difficult because Villa are at home. They're playing well. You know, it is what it is. Talking about Christmas presents, don't forget Air Up. Brilliant bit of kit. Increase your water game. Water is the key. If you want to, you know, help your health, water intake is massive. Air Up, scan the QR code, link in the description, you get 10% off. What a brilliant present you could buy somebody. Basically how it works is it's the scent of smell. You pop your flavour pod on the top, you fill it with water, and you're basically just drinking water, but the power of scent makes you think that there's cherry in it. There's no additives, there's no sugar. There's a strawberry mojito one. It's amazing. It tastes really nice. You're basically just drinking water and your nose thinks something else. So there you go. Give it a go. 10% off with the code Goldbridge. I'll tell you what I've just seen on the telly. Charlie Brown's Christmas. Apparently, this is amazing. I have never watched it, and it's on Apple TV, so I'm going to watch it later. I've never watched Charlie Brown's Christmas. Is that a bit of an American thing? Apparently, it's an amazing Christmas special, and I've never watched it. So I'm going to watch it. Would you take Unai Emery at United, says Leah Smith? Oh, 100%. Yeah. His football's good. I don't like the way he plays out from the back. His football's good. He's a proven winner. And I 100% would take Unai Emery at Man United. But it's massively disrespectful for Villa, and why would he leave? He's got... I know a lot about Villa, and I know a lot of Villa fans, and I know how Villa works. I even know some Villa players. And the reality is, only because of where I live, Emery at Villa, for him to leave, it would be strange because he's got everything he wants there. I mean, look, if you compare any manager that's not doing... If you look at Amorim at Man United, he's been there a year, the football's crap, he's relying on long throw-ins, the system isn't working. You look at Emery, comes in for Gerrard and instantly starts winning. But why would he leave? Why would he leave Villa when Gyökeres is coming on? I told you. Why would he leave Villa when the club and him are in perfect synergy? Like, he's involved in recruitment, they listen to him. Why would you go to Man United where you've got all, Wilcox, Barada, Sir Jim? I don't think he would do it. I don't think he would. I think if you replace Amorim, you're going to have to get another naive manager that goes, oh, yes, please, I'll come in and be your bitch. Is Nani a Man United legend? Because he's 10 times the player. Simple, says Danny. Zach says, what's it like drinking air up with a blocked nose? I don't know, because I haven't had a blocked nose. What's it like drinking through a straw with a blocked nose? Madueke will outshine Gyökeres and make the difference, says Rajaf. Well, he is not coming on. If a choice of Bundesliga or Serie A, says Alex. And hi, Mark, what do you think... So what week do you think Wirtz will score, says Maguire. Well, they were trying to claim it the other night, weren't they? Trossard and Gyökeres on. Gyökeres will make a difference. I don't know who Trossard's on for at the moment. Eze. I'm slightly surprised by that because Eze is a match winner, but maybe going to the left, it's just not working for him. Medical emergency in Charlton Portsmouth game. Hope it's not serious, says Big Smoke. Jamie says, what's your thoughts on Son coming back to Spurs in January? Is that going to happen? It's raining now, yeah. Welcome to the UK. The last week it's rained non-stop, and apparently it's going to rain non-stop till New Year's Eve. Welcome to the UK at Christmas. Whatever you do, don't come to the UK if you think you're coming for a Christmas scene. We do not get snow in the UK, we just get rain. Don't believe the Christmas card hype. Don't believe bloody Bridget Jones and Love Actually and all that bollocks. There won't be snow at Christmas. Yeah, it's always a mild Christmas with rain. Roscoe says, my favourite weather is rain. Oh, I bloody hate it. I reckon Seb's game's getting cancelled tomorrow as well. He's not played a game in a month because of waterlogged pitches. Yeah, don't believe the Coca-Cola hype. Well, you do actually get snow in America. I mean, look, I'm not here to big up different countries, but when I was in New York, I was like, I don't know whether I caught it well, but I liked the weather. In the summer in June, it was really hot. And when I went in November, it was really cold. And I think give it another month and you'd get snow. I like that type of climate. I like warm in the summer and cold winters with a bit of snow, a bit of frost. UK, we get indifferent summer and then wet winter. I might just move to New York. I might quit it. I might quit everything and just go and live in New York. I like the seasons, yeah. I like seasonal weather. I like a good autumn, a cold winter, a nice spring, and a hot summer. Odegaard, better start by Arsenal. They've already won a corner, which they didn't do in the first half. Trossard, ooh, on the turn, but Martinez makes the save. GGA says, I lived in New York for 12 years, 4 seasons, hot summer and snow at Christmas. A lot of people downtrod the UK. The weather's crap, the government's crap, the tax system's crap. It's falling on its arse. It's unrecognisable as a country from what it was even 10 years ago. But it's like Man United, isn't it? The UK is like Man United. I'm loyal to it. It's who I am. You know, I'd miss it if I didn't live here. I do like the UK. I'm proud of it. It's just not the country it should be. We can't change the weather though. We can't blame the government for that, I don't think. Anyway, back to the game. Arsenal definitely starting on the front foot here. You'd be a little bit more positive. Already, Gyökeres occupying the centre-backs. You can already see that tactical shift. Could be a second, could be a completely game, could be a game of two halves here. Kenneth, thank you very much for your super chat. He says, we have cordless hoovers, contactless payments and driverless cars. So how about a managerless Man United? Random number generation picks the team each week. Well, I'm sure we could create an app on the United stand where, like the player ratings, everybody puts in a team for the game. It goes into a computer and they take an average and the team is picked on that. So it wouldn't be that random, would it? It would be basically thousands of people's aggregate starting 11. And then you could have it in game as well. Should we make a substitute? And if so, who and when? Probably do a better job. What system should we play? Let's have a poll. Who should be captain? Let's have a poll. I think Villa are going to need to be progressive here. If I was a Villa fan, I'd be saying, look, Arsenal, subs, come out for the second half, kick up the arse. You'd expect that. But Villa can't just sit back and defend for 45 minutes. They've got to keep doing what they were doing. Steve says you can change the weather. Odegaard. Little dink to the back post. Trossard could hit it on the volley. Oh, I thought he'd scored. I think he might have been offside anyway. But it was a good attempt. It was a good attempt. No, Odegaard might have been onside there. Lovely technique. Could just put it wide. It's gone wide there. It's not gone quite in. He's missed the target. I don't know where I am, but I'm not. It's not it. No, leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. It's still only lunchtime. Maybe the value was the draw. It's funny though, because when I was doing Premier League predictions yesterday with Robbie, I did feel that if it was later in the season, I probably would have gone with a Villa win because, you know, a differential. But look, still a long way to go. Maatsen. I like Maatsen. I mean, I think they've got two good fullbacks, haven't they? Digne's good, but I do like Maatsen. I liked him at Dortmund, obviously formerly at Chelsea, wasn't he? But what we've got to say about Arsenal is they were 1-0 down at Sunderland. They nearly won it. They have stood up to every task, apart from Anfield. Saka. How's that not ended up? It is in, and there it is. Inevitability. They've come out. I just literally was saying that. Arsenal have stood up to every task so far, and they've come out second half, and they've been very, very good. Trossard went very close a couple of minutes ago. And that's a goal. It's brilliant by Saka. I don't think he'll get an assist for that. People talk about assists, but I don't think he gets an assist for that. But it's just very, very good play from Saka. Villa end up in a weird situation because Maatsen's out of position. I mean, Maatsen's not even in the screen. That causes them problems. And then there's Trossard on the back post to turn it in. So the substitution impacts straight away. And Villa's system just causing them a problem there because their left back is way up the pitch. And Saka takes advantage. And it's 1-1. It's game on now. But that's what I meant. I said it could be a game of two halves because first half, Arsenal looked completely toothless. Second half, Gyökeres comes on, Trossard comes on. They're all over Villa. And you'd worry about Villa now. You'd worry about Villa because the momentum is with Arsenal. Subs making all the difference, says Esclad. Charlton game's been abandoned against Portsmouth. Villa have stopped pressing, that's why, says Was. It's light switch FC, isn't it? It's hard to switch it on and off. But I wouldn't feel confident for Villa if they're going to play like this for the next 40 minutes. Shing Show says, Arsenal is a true definition of a proper coach. Good in-game tactic changes. Amrin really needs to learn from this guy. Well, yeah, he's made the subs that needed to be made at half-time. I mean, look, there's no reason to compare it to Man United. You can compare it to Liverpool if you want, but the reality is at United, he doesn't make subs at half-time. He doesn't change things that aren't working, and, you know, he hasn't got the squad either. So you can argue that, but I felt that Arsenal were very pragmatic and toothless in the first half. What Gyökeres does is not just about goals. Here's Watkins, though. He's all on his own. And again, it's just another block. Villa need to do that, though. They've got to be progressive. They're at home. It's 1-1. A draw probably wouldn't be a bad result for them, but a loss would. Yeah, Cracker College Hoops, thank you very much. I wanted to say, whoever made the tackle for Arsenal in the midfield started that off. And it was Rice on Onana. Thank you very much. Maddox says, Arsenal will win this game. Good tackle by... Well, he's given a foul. I did not think that was a foul, to be honest, but he's been consistent with his inconsistency, the referee. Blasters FC says, when is Gabriel coming back? I don't know. Seabass is off to the chippy. Oh, I'd love chips. I'd love fish and chips now. I would love... I'd love that. That would make me so happy. Wonder if... No, they won't be going now. Won't be open either. Free kick to Villa. Chance to whip a cross in. Arsenal's next game is next Saturday against Wolves at 8 o'clock. I won't be watching that. Arsenal against Wolves at 8 o'clock on a Saturday, or a couple of beers at a Christmas market. I mean, come on. They may as well give them the points now. That's the easiest 3 points Arsenal are going to have of the season, isn't it? Home to Wolves. So, yeah. Basically, I was looking at the next two fixtures. Arsenal have got Wolves after this, and Villa go to West Ham. Then Arsenal play Everton. Oh, Cash. Terrible. Terrible ball. Then Arsenal go to Everton, and Villa entertain United. So, I mean, Arsenal have come through a bit of a difficult patch, really, haven't they? Bayern Munich, Spurs, Chelsea, Villa. But I liked the pragmatism of some Arsenal fans after the Chelsea draw last week, where they were like, yeah, you know what, it's disappointing. We could have and maybe should have played better against 10 men and took 3 big points. But across a 38-game season, we've been to loads of difficult places. And across a 38-game season, you know, the difficult games that we've played won't be difficult in the second half of the season. Colcom says, can we have Harry Amas permanently? I'm glad he's doing well. I don't think we'd sell him, but United and money, you never know. Then again, I don't think you've got any, have you? Chippies aren't open all day here, mate. Villa have steadied the ship a little bit here. It's amazing how goals change games, isn't it? We talk about it all the time. You know, for the first few minutes of the half, it's all Arsenal, they're losing. They get to 1-1. They're suddenly back in the game. They go a little bit more contained. Villa respond and go a little bit more on the front foot, and the pattern of the game changes. Moods of the game are dictated by the score, basically. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do. Bottom right-hand corner. We're trying to get to 443,000 today. So please click and subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Thank you, everybody who's been watching the channel over 2025. I know some of you have got your YouTube wraps, and you're in the top certain percentage for watching our videos. So thank you very much. Matty Cash has it on the right-hand side. Feels like a bit of a charity stream today. It's relentless. I'm doing this, then I'm doing threes, then I'm doing R5. But what better way to do it than with you lot? Well, hopefully also good games. Lovely touch by Tillemans. Rogers, Maatsen. Anana. He's got to dink that wide. It's a good ball. McGinn. McGinn into the box. Oh, Arsenal will clear that. Goes for a throw-in. She's tight. Don't turn up if you're bored. She's bloody yawning. Big game. There we go, another long throw. I hope you don't score from it. Boo! Boo! Look, some teams do long throws sometimes. It's when Delo runs from one side of the pitch to the other to do it. That's too much. That's too much for me. That's in over the bar. Which way do you think it's going to go then? I would have said Arsenal, but I think Villa have steadied the ship a little bit here. Who is that? I feel like I should know who that is. Is that Raul? The Spanish striker, formerly of Real Madrid. Yeah, it was, yeah. I was thinking Flamini for a minute because of Arsenal. And then I was like, nah, it doesn't look... I know who it is. I know who it is. Why would he be here? What's he doing now? Odegaard, nice ball into Saka, but Maatsen will get there. And it... Oh no, Saka got there. And Villa win the throw. Raul. I don't know what the referee's doing here. Yeah, I think the 3 p.m.s are going to be a very hectic affair because this. How many games have we got at 3 o'clock? We've got 1, 2, 3, 5 3 o'clocks. I feel there might be times where we're going, there's a goal here. Oh, there's a goal here. It's going to be very hectic, I think. I hope. Some big games as well. Deitch going back to Everton with Forest. Brentford going to Thomas Frank at Spurs. Bournemouth hosting Chelsea, who need a result after what happened on Wednesday against Leeds. Sunderland at the Etihad. I mean, it's a big ask. that is, to get something at the Etihad, but Leeds nearly did last week. Newcastle, Burnley. Surely Newcastle win that. Surely that's straightforward. I love your tree, Mark, says Jacob. The positioning of the tree is hilarious. For camera effect, it looks really good there. But in position of the room, it's actually almost in the middle of the room. It's a bit weird. To give you context, I'm stood behind the tree here, and the door is here, and the wall is over here. So it's sort of like if the room was a football pitch, it's sort of playing right side midfield pivot, but it works for how it looks on camera. Watkins on the break. Oh, good save by Raya. Good save by Raya. Get Watkins off, says Wazza. I think he's done all right there. I mean, I can understand people wanting him to score it, but I think he's done all right there. Watkins should score, says Jay. When are you going to break out the Christmas jumper? I should have the Christmas jumper on. It's behind me. I am doing Leeds against Liverpool. That was always part of the plan, MT. Bring Mallon on, says Thomas. I like Mallon. I need to hydrate a lot today. A lot of talking. Did United stand at 10? This is a goal, surely. Trossard. Good save, Martinez. He was offside. It's not really the fatigue of talking all day. It's the impact it has on your throat. Impressive how much Trossard has improved, says Josh. I mean, I think Trossard was a good player at Brighton, though, wasn't he? How many second halves have United won this season, says Andy. I don't know where we are now, but I think there was a stat that came out after the Everton game where in the second half, if it was just on second half performances, we were in the relegation zone. Odegaard, straight at the keeper. They've had a lot of shots from distance, straight at Martinez today, Arsenal. Top 3 takeaways. Amrim out. Hope you're well, says Ray. I thought Amrim out was something to do with takeaways. Top 3 takeaways. It's always on mood. It depends what I want. Like, I would have fish and chips now, but I wouldn't normally put it in my top 3. I do like a curry. I do like a Chinese. I don't like pizza much. It's mid. So yeah, I probably would put fish and chips third, really, at the moment. Lucas says, Cunha injured this morning in a training exercise. It's believed to be his knee. I don't know. That's just reading in the live chat. I will verify that. Declan Rice's shot wasn't worth looking at there. I can't see anything about Cunha other than somebody in the live chat, so I think we'll take it with a huge pile of salt. Can afford 12 losses on average to get 5th. Sadly, about 6 teams tracking to get that number currently. This will be a tight one all the way to May, says Chris Jackson. Chinese for takeaway, Indian for going out, says Brad. I think we're going to get a winner here. I know someone just said a draw. But I think we'll get a winner. Leclerc's going to win the championship next year. I mean, Ferrari, I don't see Ferrari improving in a year. Odin says, hope you and your family have a good Christmas. Thank you, pal. If you're interested in the F1, I am doing a watch-along tomorrow. Oh, I'll tell you what, Odegaard there. I think Martinez makes a great save. My prediction was an Arsenal win, Theo. Same as Robbie. I mean, I don't know that this was going in, but Martinez does get a tip on it. No, I don't think that was going to drop enough to go in. I think it was going to hit the bar. But it was a good shot, and it was a good save. Odin says, hope you and your family have a good Christmas. You too, pal, and everybody else who's watching. And yes, when I was doing the World Cup draw yesterday, basically it was decided by you that we were doing an F1 watch-along tomorrow because I'm not doing any football watch-alongs tomorrow. So I'll be live at 1 o'clock for that tomorrow. It's a wild corner by Rice, but it's still there. And it's there for Saka. Good block. He went for the bottom corner and placement, and it was a good block by Kamara. Arsenal still pushing. And it goes out for a goal kick. Odegaard's back to his former self. Says Bill. I like Odegaard. I mean, I think there's even Arsenal fans that were questioning him at one point. But I love his magnetism with the ball. He's a prober. He's a creator. And a proper number 10. The difference between Odegaard and Bruno is crazy, says Marlowe. Odegaard has dragged Arsenal to a different level in the second half. A true leader with amazing skills. But this is the thing. People want to say Bruno's better than Odegaard, and they'll start pulling out. Oh, he's created more chances than anybody. He's got loads more assists. But it's not. It can be about that, but it can also be about something else. What I like about Odegaard is he plays in a team that can keep possession because he gets the ball, he plays the ball, he's part of the build-up, and he just dictates the rhythm of the team. And that, as a number 10, is what you want. It's calm, it's composed, whereas with Bruno, it's chaotic and it's reckless and it's fast, you know? Zuta says you're a cutie pie. Do you agree? Oh, I don't know about that. Who would you sign from Villa to United? Champers, says Big Smoke. Well, somebody did ask me that in the first half, and I said, look, realistically, I wouldn't mind Martinez as a goalkeeper or Watkins as a striker, but I think United need midfielders. So it would have to be one of Onana, Kamara, Tillemans, or McGinn. Oh, God, here we go. Tyrone says I'd go McGinn. I have had pizza in New York, Dan, and I know it's very good. I don't mind pizza, but it's just not like... It's okay, but it's not. I don't think I've ever had a pizza and gone, wow, that's amazing. MV says, "Have you? You look tired today." I feel tired today. I don't know why. Am I an arsehole for wanting Man United to have bad games just because your reactions are funny and entertaining? Merry Christmas, mate. You're a legend, says Super Sub. Yeah, a bit of an arsehole, really, but I appreciate rival fans enjoy it. Sancho's coming on here. I don't know that that's a good idea. As a United fan, I would never do this, but... That's the point. I haven't had my vitamin today. That might help. I won't be able to swallow it now under pressure. Just realised. I sometimes am a panicky swallower of pills. But I panicked and I swallowed that badly. That was a bad swallow. You know, the first two, I was just swallowing the water. I was like, you've got to go for it. I was panicking there. It's quite a big multivitamin that and it went wide. It's like a long, thick one, and it went down the wide way. Yellow card for Saka. Yeah, that's definitely a yellow card for Saka there. Keown's commentary is insanely biased. I didn't know they used Keown on TNT. He is absolutely miserable. He's absolutely blinkered. I know Arsenal fans who can't stand him. Like, I don't know why they've got him on. Rajaf says, is Odegaard showing us why he's the best player in the league? He's reaching Kevin De Bruyne levels of aura and he passes your eye test mark. So Bogart's coming on, Anana's coming off, and I didn't see who Sancho's coming on for, but I would guess it's McGinn. Yeah, McGinn. JD says, taking off McGinn and Anana is a bit bold. We should look at raiding Villa. Both Martinez and Watkins were ready to join us in the summer, says Sands. Mark, predict your top 10 EPL before Christmas. I'm not doing that, Mohammed. I don't care enough. Ooh. Saka there is on a yellow card, but I don't think he really did anything wrong there. What final result would you like to see? I think for a Premier League title race, Arsenal not winning is good, but I would rather Arsenal win the league than Man City. 2 players you'd take from Arsenal. Declan Rice, because we need a midfielder and he's one of the best in the world. So Declan Rice and... I mean, I'd be tempted to take Odegaard, you know, because at least you then know that you're going to keep the ball and probe. Which United just can't do. United can bring all the players in the world, but we won't play possession football with the way that we play at the moment. Is Saka trying to get Christmas off, says Tony. He's definitely trying to get sent off. I mean, Arsenal are a fantastic side. You could take many combinations of twos. You know, Raya's a very good goalkeeper. Their centre-backs are very good. Saka is a very good player. I still think we'll get a winner in this. I know a lot of people are starting to say, oh, it's going to be a draw, it's going to be a draw. I actually think we still might get a winner in this. Rodgers. Malin! Oh, just wide. That would have been good timing. We've had a couple of chances like that, haven't we? Trossard had one like that just before he scored. So Saka's coming off. Maybe Madueke comes on. Maybe Arteta has figured that out as well. He is looking like a yellow card and a second yellow card at that, waiting to happen. Imagine if Spurs lost to Brentford, though. I mean, that would be horrible for Thomas Frank. And Brentford looked handy against Arsenal in midweek. And apparently, Robbie was saying they rested players for this game. Well, if Man City beat Sunderland, they will be making room on Arsenal, won't they? Ten minutes to go of normal time. As I said, I don't think Arteta would look at this as a bad point. Obviously, he'll try and win the game, but I don't think he'll look at it as a bad point at all. I don't think Villa will look at it as a bad point either. I think from this point, it would be a very good win. Malen does well. Should have been a foul. Didn't get it. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. 14,000 of you. We are live for the 3 p.m s. It's going to go full throttle. We've got 5 Premier League games. Bournemouth entertain Chelsea. That's going to be tough for Chelsea. City entertain Sunderland. Can Sunderland go there and perform? And then Thomas Frank entertaining his former team, Brentford, Newcastle, Burnley, and Deitch goes back to Everton with Forest. So 5 games. Hopefully we'll get a load of goals. We're going to be live at 3 o'clock. I like doing the 3 p.m s when there's a lot of good games because it's hectic. Tillemans into Malen. Anything can happen in the last 10 minutes, says Eamon. Before the game, the poll was 45% Arsenal win, 24% draw, and 31% Aston Villa win. So the draw was the third option. Maatsen. Oh my God, nearly an own G from Timber. Cross came in from Maatsen. Raya went to get it. Timber slid in, went behind Raya across the goal line, and no one was there, and it didn't go in. Gibbs, Rogers, and then he said Gibbs White. Completely wrong club. Villa pushing here. Tillemans. Arsenal. Martinez is there. Oh, Rice misses that. Rogers. Tillemans. Slows it down. Cozy Cow says Moreno should have stayed on, to be honest. What a load of bollocks, mate. First 10 minutes with Gyökeres and Trossard, you were all over them. The game's just shifted momentum. Villa have reacted to going 1-1. First 45 minutes with Moreno, you were toothless. Arsenal win it. Wanted a free kick, but they've not got it, Villa. So Arsenal. Interesting pass there to Ben White. Got to go wide to Madueke. He's got a bit of space. What's your Tuesday featured watch-along? I don't know that I'm doing a Tuesday watch-along because Seb has got his Christmas play. So I don't know. I'm definitely doing Real Madrid Man City on Wednesday, but I don't know what I'm doing Tuesday because
I think his play starts at 7. So yeah, Inter Milan Liverpool would probably be what I do. I mean, I can start it late. I can come in for the second half, can't I suppose. "83 minutes. Sound like a robot there. 83 minutes and 42 seconds. Probe. We're getting into that area now where you might start to say a draw is a fair result. Nothing's fair in love and war. There is still time, and it's a corner to Arsenal. They love a corner. That was that chance that just flicked across the face of the goal. Be just like Arsenal to score from a corner. Look how long they're taking to take this bloody corner, though. Come on. Get on with it. Get on with it. Rice is on it. Onto the roof of the net. Goal kick. FC Gunners says, Gyökeres winner incoming. Liam says, in 5 years, Goldbridge will be retired and will only have the AI vision. I mean, you could do an AI Goldbridge, and it would be fine for previews and pre-recorded, but it would never work live, would it? You could never do it live. They wouldn't be able to have a personality to react and do stuff. You could create one, though. You don't need an AI. You got James Howard voices. I mean, he does Goldbridge better than me. Trossard off. Very strange, this. Trossard off for Martinelli. Lewis Skelly on for Calafiori. Trossard doesn't look injured either. Maybe it was just a cameo of, we'll give you 20 minutes. Not fit. He's got a slight injury. Yeah, maybe he was limping, yeah. Somebody in the chat just said he was limping a little bit. Matty Cash is coming off here. Torres on. Lindelof's on for Bendia. Lindelof and Bendia are on. So lots of subs here. I think this is just load, you know. I think 3 games in a week, and a lot of teams are having to listen to their fitness coaches in the laptop and make subs that you probably wouldn't want to make. Rogers down the right-hand side. Take the corner if you can, mate. Villa and Arsenal playing Wednesday evening as well. I thought Villa would be playing on a Thursday because it's Europa League. Arsenal go to Club Brugge on Wednesday. Villa go to Basel on Thursday. Crystal Palace go to Shelbourne in Ireland on Thursday in the Conference League. Tillemans with the shot blocked. Lovely touch. Bendia. And cleared away. That's a foul by Martinelli. Idiotic, really. Mark, hope you're well. Would you rather United win the league or England win the World Cup? Definitely United win the league, Kyle. There was a time in my life when I would love to have seen England win a World Cup. I don't have enough care for England now. I'd like to see them win the World Cup, but I'd much rather see United win the league. Thanks for your super chat, Kyle. I think I'm going to stand up for the 3 o'clocks because my back's hurting. Doing a match reaction? Nah. I think if Villa had won, I would have done a match reaction, but a 1-1 draw in a Saturday lunchtime game isn't really, you know, Breaking Bad, is it? Get something to eat, get ready for the 3 o'clocks. City could be 3 points behind today. Yeah, yeah. Look, I want a title race. I want Arsenal to win that title race between them and City, but I still want a title race. Good play by Madueke. Some tackles flying in. That was never a foul. Mate, you're a knobhead. You're an absolute knob, this referee. That was not a foul. Not letting the game flow again, look. Gyökeres has been awful since he came on. Far too slow, heavy and one-dimensional. Spent too long getting glowed up in poor leagues, says Duncan. I think he made a massive difference in the first 10 minutes in the way that he occupied the centre-backs, creating space. I think it makes Arsenal a better team. So I disagree. I think Villa have just reacted very well to going 1-1. There's been a lot of tactical shifts in this game. How long's he adding on? 90 minutes. No, he's not adding 90 minutes on. The bridesmaids are at it again, says Ling. Palmer first start after months, says Max. 4 minutes added on. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it might end up a draw. Top 0.1% of United Stand viewers, 1,300 videos. I'll let you into a secret. I'm a lifelong City fan. Just great content, and I love the drama. Peace. That's amazing, Sam. Thank you very much. You can get your YouTube Wrapped by going onto the YouTube app and clicking the U bit in the bottom right-hand corner, and it will tell you all about what you've been watching this year. Nowhere near good enough from Arsenal, says Bob. I think after 3 games in a week, going to Villa on a lunchtime on a Saturday as well, with the injuries they've got, again, you've got to look at a 38-game season and say they've been to Villa, they've been to Old Trafford, they've been to Newcastle, they've been to Liverpool, they've been to Chelsea. In the second half of the season, where you got to go that's like jeopardy? Emirates? Spurs? Sometimes you've got to look at the fixtures. You've got to look at the 38 games. It's not over yet, though. Villa. Etihad, not the Emirates. Sorry, Tyler. Lovely. Oh, I thought he'd flicked it on Malin there. Sancho's been shit since he came on, hasn't he? I mean, that's a substitution that doesn't work. I don't know what they've got him for, really. He's a load of shite. David says, I think Villa and Newcastle are the 2 hardest grounds to go, I think, this year. Yeah, that's United's Christmas schedule. Villa away and then Newcastle at home. Here's Rice down the left-hand side. This Madueke! Oh, side netting. I was going to say, it was there. It was a hard chance, but it was there. Josh says, as a United fan, this is sad. The difference between these 2 teams throwing everything they have to try and win at all costs, then we just coast through games. Thank you very much, Josh, for that. And Brad B says, I'm a Spurs fan, so maybe not the place, but where do you think we need to improve squad-wise? I think it's mental. I think it's a mental issue with Spurs. I do think you've got good players, but it's just
incredible to me how bad you are at home. Gyökeres loses all his jewels, says Marlowe. Well, with 40 seconds left, I think it will be the draw. Although, Mallon's never getting on the end of that. That's Sancho again, isn't it? It's bloody Sancho again. And Arsenal will clear it. Might be one last chance for Villa. Mallon, he's in the box. Rodgers, cross is good. Sancho, Raya. Oh, what a save. Villa. Goal! He's won it at the end! Bendia! Bendia! 2-1. Villa have done it at the end. Right at the end. Drama. Arsenal thought they'd got away with it. There was more blocks than Lego. But it's Bendia to make it 2-1 to Villa with the last kick of the game. OMG. Aston Villa, Merry Christmas. That's a gift right at the end from Bendia. And Arsenal are going to lose at Villa Park. Wow. Bendia's won it at the end. Absolute scenes here. It was bombing around. To be fair, Sancho did quite well on the left. He kept it alive. Villa kept it alive. The cross came in from Rodgers. This is where you probably are missing the Gabriels and the Salibas because they can't get rid of it. Raya makes a big save. It's still bouncing around. And then it drops to Bendia. And it's Villa 2-1 at the end. Won it at the end. Bendia, they can't believe it. The crowd can't believe it. And Villa win it at the end here. Look at this. It comes in from Rodgers. Raya makes a big save there. Big block there from Timber. Another block there from White. Another block from Timber. And then it drops to Bendia. They just can't get it. They can't stop it. They can't stop it. It really felt like we were going to say, oh my God, Villa could have won it at the end. And then they did. It fell perfectly for Bendia. And it's 2-1. Don't get too happy, Mark. They're playing United soon, says Sands. And that's it. Final whistle. Literally the last kick of the game. Arsenal's second loss of the season. And I tell you what, there'll be a lot of questions about Arsenal now. There'll be a lot of questions about Arsenal. 4 points from 9 in their last 3 games. 5 points dropped. There we go. The bottle jobs are starting in the chat already. Right, I'm back with you at 3 o'clock. I'm going to have to go and do a quick match reaction now. But I'll see you back live at 3. Speak to you all in a bit. Take care. What a game. What a game at the end.